Welcome to Nation News for Monday, December the 30th. I'm Bertram Niles. We start today with a special report from St Vincent and the Grenadines, one of 3 Eastern Caribbean nations hard hit by heavy rain on Christmas Eve. Nation News reporter Carlos Atwell traveled there yesterday to witness the devastation firsthand.
We left Barbados yesterday morning with the Barbados Coast Guard on a relief effort to St Vincent. We carried around 2,000 plus gallons of water as the island had a severe water shortage after disaster there. The journey itself was a pretty uneventful one. The seas were relatively calm. You would never realize that just so near, just around the corner as it were, so much devastation was happening. When we arrived, even then, there wasn't much to see in terms of damage. There was a large cruise vessel there, a lot of tourists, people talking, walking, it seemed normal. But when we were able to leave the dock with our driver, he took us to some of the most severely hit areas. That is when you really saw how badly the island was doing.
All my machines in there wrecked.
Wow.
All my furniture machines wrecked. Tumble up, mash up, break up, everything.
Most of the emergency efforts is being coordinated by NEMO, the National Emergency Management Organization. They are mobilizing all the different aspects of assistance, both local, regional, and international. There's a lot of support for the island right now, but as it is, there's still so much damage. It's not really making a headway as yet. It will take time.
The destruction that we've seen is unprecedented in relation to almost any event that we've seen in St Vincent and Grenadines, because we've been impacted before by hurricanes, by floods, but it has never been on this level. 50% of the population was affected, because by the time this flood was finished, more than half the country, with just over 100,000 people, were left without water, drinking water of any kind, potable water, and a significantly high percentage of the country without electricity. 300 persons already in shelters, and more than 500 persons basically homeless. Those that are in shelters plus those that are homeless add up to almost 1,000 people. The numbers are still coming in. You're talking about people who are displaced. They cannot live in the houses. Our infrastructure suffered significant damage. We're talking many kilometers of roads that are gone, they no longer exist, and the number of the bridges that have been destroyed will put a significant cost on the government of St Vincent and Grenadines. Our health sector also suffered significant damage. The Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, the main hospital in the country, had a situation where 3 wards were completely flooded out, including a number of storage area for the hospital. So the sterilization units are gone, the CT scan is gone, as is a number of medical supplies and facilities, beds, trolleys, oxygen tanks, oxygen plants, all these are gone.
These scenes were replicated all across St Vincent. We didn't get to go to all the places as we had a short time there. But from what I understand, what Mr. Price was telling us, those kind of things are happening all around, which is why the international and regional community is really needed in St Vincent right now. Fortunately, he said that a lot of them are responding. CIDEMA, UNDP, PAHO, the CIMH here in Barbados, the Caribbean Institute of Meteorology and Hydrology, and many more agencies are coming together to help St Vincent. So it's really a show of Caribbean unity and international concern.
To St Lucia now, which also sustained substantial damage and where at least 6 people have died. Health officials have urged St Lucians to be vigilant in warding off post-flooding disease.
We are very much concerned about the possible spread of diseases after the storm, because we have water disrupted, we have electricity disrupted, we have it's Christmas season and people will be There's food preparation and sale of food, and we have the upcoming New Year celebrations, and so the ministry is very, very concerned about the possible spread of communicable diseases.
The agricultural industry in St. Lucia was still trying to recover from the effects of Hurricane Thomas 3 years ago when the weather system passed through on Christmas Eve. Farmers in the Black Bay area are counting their losses.
They have not been able to put a financial cost to it, but it's going to be very significant. And also, I think the irrigation system is almost completely gone. The pump is almost lost. So that, in fact, is really a significant loss to the farming community in the Black Bay area.
The Minister of Agriculture in St. Lucia indicates that 60% of the agricultural and fishery sectors were affected.
You want your loved ones around to celebrate, especially those living far. And with Digicel Top-Up, Dad can help you bring life to the party and be part of the celebration. Ask him to send you Digicel Minutes. Receive free instant additional credit. Stay connected here and there. Ask your family abroad to send Digicel Minutes today.
The Constitution River Redevelopment project is supposed to beautify the area and help lift up surrounding areas like the river bus stand. But the vendors there are not so sure. They've been speaking about that and how business has been going.
It got ups and it got downs, because you know it's Christmas time. But when the project finished, the project basically may not make a difference.
And things is very, very slow in the bandstand. We don't know what will happen for the new year, if things can pick up or not. The development over there, we don't know when it will finish, if we will be expecting investors to come in and support us or whatever. We don't know what will happen.
The sales don't be bad, you know, but the most problem is you know, they got different people that's around that illegal and ain't got a license and try to cut out anything.
Business is not the same as it was opposed to last year. Sales has declined, and but at the end of the day, you can still make $1. I must say that still. I don't believe that the development project is going to enhance anything in here.
The vendors have also been expressing concern about flooding in the area.
The project that they started is supposed to be taking the water out of the bandstand, and when the rain falls, it still comes in. The hole that the canal that's supposed to be taking it out channels it back in.
It's get a lot of water out here and thing. You know, certain things don't be certain standards and thing. A lot of paper about the plates and you know, a lot of water and thing.
By the time the fish breaks, the water start flooding the bandstand. Water before it never should happen.
At Courts, every day we bring affordability, convenience, innovation, and style to over 1 million customers in 11 countries. From homes to communities, we are proud to make a difference in the lives of many across the region. Courts, bringing value home.
In sport, we start with volleyball, where local club Deacons were thrashed in straight sets by Brandon University Bobcats of Canada in the VolleyBarbados Championship last night at the Wilde Gymnasium. As we hear from Shaka Mayers.
Last night in the Cigarfield Sobers Gymnasium, the first games of the VolleyBarbados Championships 2014 got underway. The first match was between Montreal University and Calgary University. Montreal fought the good fight against Calgary, chasing them to the finish, but ultimately lost the match 25-21, 25-19, and 25-20. The second match featured Deacons Volleyball Club up against Brandon University. The home team traded shot for shot against Brandon, but was defeated 25-14, 25-14, and 25-21. The 2014 VolleyBarbados Championships continues this evening at the Cigarfield Sobers Gymnasium. This has been Shaka Mayers reporting for Nation News.
In tennis, Davis Cup player Shannon Williams was the first to reach the semifinals of the CIBC FirstCaribbean Championships at Ocean View. Williams dismissed New Zealand's Richard Hornby 6-3, 7-5. And finally, a violent mugger was so disappointed by his victim's outdated flip phone that he handed it back. Brooklyn man Kevin Cook was walking through New York's Central Park on Saturday with a pal when two men approached him and threatened to kill them. When Mr. Cook, 25, handed over his Windows flip phone, the gun-carrying mugger was so disgusted by it, he handed it back over. And that's Nation News for Monday, December the 30th. I'm Bertram Niles.